Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gracie and today we're going to be doing part 2 of At the Sun Vanishes on Twitter. Also talking about his newest updates which happened today and yesterday. So where we left off was him saying I'm hearing noises outside again, and then he posts this video. Then he says, I swear to gosh, it sounds like someone is banging on my door, but there's no way in heck I'm going downstairs to check. It got in. I don't know how, but it got in. I am hiding. And then this video. And then he says, I'm sorry if I'm gone for a while. I have to stay hidden and keep my phone off. It produces light. I am sorry. It's finally gone. I think I'm safe now. I have no idea how, but the front door is unlocked and wide open. The alarm never came on either. I guess it got reset during one of the blackouts. Some good news for once. Dan is back. Before you all ask, he seems to be in his right mind. I need to get serious about securing my house. It's primitive, I know, but it's the first step and apparently more reliable than my alarm system. Let me know if you all have other ideas to keep my house secure. Then he just puts some cups in front of his door so they'll knock over. It says, my windows don't have curtains. I'm going to have to find a creative way to block out any light coming from inside. And then he puts some cans on the door handle. It's getting colder again. I'm running low on food and water. I feel like I could sleep for a week. And then his friend texts him and says, I found a car with a decent amount of gas in the tank. All I need is a siphon. Don't worry, bud. I'll be there soon. I have a confession to make. I've been keeping something from you all. Over the course of the last week, I've been increasingly paranoid about someone or something coming into my house while I'm sleeping, and I don't think it's one of those lights. It feels different. I can't explain it, but I can sense it. And last night, after I put cans on door handles, I've been waking up to clanging sounds, but I'm not certain if it's real or just my imagination. So now it's time to put my paranoia to the test. And then he puts some flour on his door to see if he gets footsteps. It says, the person from British Columbia who messaged me earlier just sent me this. And if you can see, there's like a outline of someone standing there. It says, I had nightmares about that picture. Just woke up to more screaming outside. The screaming isn't like last time, very sporadic. I can't tell where it's coming from. The flower is untouched. I keep trying to record the screaming when I hear it, but the microphone isn't picking it up. I think the screaming is coming from the neighbor's house. This has been on my mind lately. And he texts his friend and says, just curious, what year did we graduate high school? He's like, lol, what? And he's like, never mind. I know you all don't trust Dan. I've been reading your tweets and messages, but I just can't bring myself to confront him. He's my friend. I don't have an abundance of those right now. The person who sent me the pictures a few nights ago hasn't responded. The flower test hasn't worked yet. The reoccurring screaming outside, I'm about ready to snap. And then Dan says, I'm a couple hours away. What's your address again? He says, I can't believe I'm doing this. Should I trust Dan? And the majority of people said no. He says, dude, where are you? I've been waiting. It says, answer my question. What year did we graduate high school? But we don't have time for this. Answer my question. Answer my question. Are you okay? I'm fine. I'm sorry to say this, but I'm not sure I trust you. Likewise. Well, I guess that's it then. Since you all won't stop DMing me about updates, here's an update for you. I haven't slept since the screaming. Ran out of bottled water days ago. Been drinking from the faucet. Very close to running out of food too. And I hope losing my only close friend will be worth it. Happy? He says, I just woke up and came downstairs to this. OMG. And the flower has been moved around. I don't know if it's Dan. I don't know if it's someone else. But I don't plan on sticking around to find out. It's not safe here anymore. I'm packing up and leaving. And a picture. It says, it's been in the back of my mind for a while, but I'm heading out to the neighbor's house where I've been hearing the screaming. Wish me luck. Staying alone, staying away from streetlights and other light sources, using my flashlight sparingly. This is where I heard the screaming. I'm sure of it. His neighbor's house, and then he posts this video.
Hello? Hello?
And then, so he has that video and he says, I found fresh food and water here. Checked every room to be sure I'm alone. It's not just in my head, I know. I heard screaming. It was ongoing, and I'm glad I came to investigate because now I have food, water, and a safer place to stay. There have been no signs of activity outside whatsoever. I've been taking a break from the internet for a bit, trying to recuperate myself. My mind is much clearer now than it was before. I don't know what the catalyst was, but something changed when I left my home. What's going on at the Madjoy? Please message me. He says, I think I discovered something interesting. I need to do an experiment to make sure. Details soon. He says, the glass of water is from the neighbor's house I've been staying at. The bottle is from my house about a week ago. Is it me or is the water from my house darker? So it definitely looks darker. Weird. It says, I felt terrible for what I did and said to Dan. Too quiet. I don't like this. And then he says, I was walking past the coffee table and I noticed this sticking out from under a couple magazines. I'm going to hang on to this. And it says, remember, don't look into the light. Don't move. They see motion. Don't produce light. They will see the strobe. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Makes me wonder if there's anyone else around the house. Notes, anything else around the house. Notes, papers, anything. I'm going to check and poke around. Found nothing yet and still no response from Dane or Tucker. I feel so isolated. FYI, it's sort of a sensitive subject, but I don't have any family to contact, so you all can stop asking. Guys, Dane is still alive. He just texted me. His friend says, listen, I know you don't trust me, and I don't trust you, but if you are still you, you have to get low. Get out of sight, whatever it takes. I've taken Dane's advice, but I haven't seen or heard anything yet. Still deathly quiet. Whatever flew over my house before is back, but this time it isn't leaving. This thing is making sounds I've never heard before. The vibrations are shaking the house, and then this video. And then he says, I couldn't see anything out the window, but I quickly snapped a few pictures just in case before taking cover. I can't believe what I'm looking at. And then if you can see, there's like a bird-looking thing right there. It says, day 30, it's still there, still making noise. I've locked myself in the bathroom where there's no windows, trying and failing to sleep. And he says, I just woke up to this. And there's a blue light coming in. I just heard yelling, but this time it sounded like the person was in agony. It's quiet now. The blue light is still here. The blue light finally disappeared, and that thing flew off and left. Should I leave the bathroom now or stay put for a little longer? And 54% of people said leave. Said, I left the bathroom, trying my best to stay calm as I typed this, but I think there is a dead body in the middle of the street. There's no way I'm taking a picture of a dead body. This is too gruesome. I'm just going to try to avoid it. To take my mind off of what is outside, I dug deeper into the piles of books and papers scattered around the house, and I found something intriguing. It's a notebook. And then it just has, basically, this guy who lived in the house is talking about how that he'll never see his wife or grandkids again, and just trying to figure out what's going on. And there's quite a few. And he did some experiments with the blue lights. And then by the end of it, his experiments, you can see that like the notes are really just doesn't look as nice as writing. Scribbles. Yes, the sun is still gone. I have no clue what this journal is talking about. Seems like the same talking Nonsense, Tucker was talking about with his friend Flynn. I am alive. And then he says, sorry I was gone so long. This is Tucker, I believe. Power went out where I was, so I've relocated, trying to slowly work my way towards the west coast, so my reception is a bit spotty. I saw the picture you took with the thing in the sky. If you ever see one of those again, get as low as you can, and if you see the blue light, do not let it shine on you. I'm so glad to hear from you. Are you okay? Dane texted me saying this to stay low too. Yes, I'm doing okay considering what I've been through. It says, why should I not let the blue light shine on me? What happened that makes you say that? Well, when I got out, I saw someone running away. When the blue light shined on them, they, suffice to say, it wasn't pretty. The body's just gone. Didn't see what happened to it, but it's not in the street anymore. The water from this house is dark now. Thankfully, I filled up my bottles with clean water, but I won't be able to stay here much longer after I run out. And then he says, Dane, I'm sorry for what I did. Please respond. 20 hours later, still no response. Thankfully, there's been no activity to take note of. I'm worried about Tucker, though. Guys, someone is at the window. It's too dark to make out anything. I just hear frantic knocking. It could be Dane, or it couldn't be. I guess there's only one way to find out. And then this video. That laugh at the end is creepy. They're still there at the window. I don't know what to do. The person is still standing at the window, but they aren't making any noise. And that was a day later that I posted that. It says, oh gosh, never mind. They are banging on the window now, I think with their head. Ooh, it got in. They're in the house now. They are looking for me. And then this picture with some feet, and he's hiding under like a bed or something. That's creepy. And then he says, been hiding for 20 hours. I think they're gone. I need to check the house first. Says, where should I check first? And 60% of people said upstairs. And then he says, the person has definitely been up here. And he says, I'm heading upstairs. And then a picture of a bloody handprint on the wall upstairs. Says, they're still there upstairs. Just snap this before getting out of there. You can see the person's legs standing there. Staying low, staying safe. She seems to be in a trance. She was trying to track me down before, but now, even if I'm right in front of her, she doesn't react. I don't think she's a threat anymore. I locked her in the room where she's standing. Holy shiz, I woke up to find the door busted open. Oh gosh, she's here. He says, after the car horn, I heard a gunshot. And then Dane texts him and says, I found your Twitter. Is that you honking outside in the gunshot? Yep. He says, so we have the same problem as we had before. Can I trust you? At your 11th birthday party, I gave you a Batman Lego set. Is that good enough? Grab your stuff. Let's go. And then this video of him running out to the car. And he says, and then that was June 19th. And then July 7th, he says, I'm finally back. There's so much that I have to catch you all up on. You won't believe what I've seen. After the last video I tweeted, Dane and I drove a ways into the boonies to stay away from where all the activity is in town. He brought camping gear, so we've stayed in a tent out in the woods for the last couple weeks. It wasn't long before we were out of range from any cell tower, but I made sure to still document anything significant. On our way out of town, we noticed what looked to be a star in the sky, but almost as soon as I pulled my phone out, the star disappeared. And he says, once we got far enough away where we couldn't see the city anymore, we set up camp. It was actually sort of peaceful for a bit and gave Dan and I plenty of time to catch up, but unfortunately, there was some rising conflicts between us. Dan isn't much of a fan of me broadcasting my situation to the internet. He thinks it's dangerous. My philosophy is that I have a chance to reach out other people who might be in the same situation as I am. But suffice to say, he hasn't been in a hurry to get back to reception. He says, at this point, we had been arguing for days on what to do next, until our decision was made for us. A storm rolled in, and we saw this. Creepy, and then he says, so with the activity getting closer to our campsite, I finally convinced Dan for us to pack up and drive towards its closest cell tower. And then you can see that they're just driving. It says, we've been camping out next to the cell tower. Dan took the car and left a few hours ago to find more fuel to siphon. And then he says, while Dan is gone, I'm free to answer any questions you all have. It says, how close is the activity to your campsite? It says, haven't seen anything yet, thankfully, fingers crossed. It says, and then someone says, hey, TSV, I'm Nate. I have survived 2 months now thanks to the info you're accumulating and showing us. I owe you. I want to make a guide for survival, pick up where the news outlets left off. I've been trying to collect anything I can from other survivors out there and was wondering if you have any tips. It says, without knowing your situation, all I can say is stay low. If you are inside, stay away from windows and doors. Good luck to you and your survival guide. And someone said, did you see that thing in the sky again? And he says, no, not since the video I posted a few days ago. And then he says, why do you think the sun went out? I honestly have no clue. There's a lot of speculation and theories floating around, but I'm more focused on staying alive and out of trouble. And then he says, I just woke up and Dane is still gone. And then he texts him and says, where are you? And he says, no response in close to 12 hours. I'm stuck here with no car, no gun, just a tent and the essentials. I only have 38 hours of battery left if Dane doesn't come back with the car. Then a picture showing that. Guys, we have a new problem. I can't see anything, but I can hear someone walking around my tent. Oh gosh, never mind. Now I can see. And now he says, this one is different from the others. It's just wandering around aimlessly and flickering at random intervals. I'm fighting the urge to go check it out. I know it's too risky, but I have only 5 hours of battery left, not a single sign of Dane returning, and not much else to lose. And then he did a poll, and 56% of people said investigate outside. He says, I'm leaving the tent to investigate outside. Quickly snapped his photo and got the heck out of there. And you can see that there's like a figure standing next to the cornfield. And he said, I followed it into the crops to get a good look at it. The crops were about 6-7 feet high, so that gives you a good idea of how much taller it was. Less than 2 hours of battery left. I'm powering down my phone for now. Wish me luck. I'm back. It's been a long time, but I'm back. And this was posted yesterday. And he says, I don't have much time, extremely low battery, but there's a car close by. I can see it. It says, from what I can tell, the car door is open and dinging, meaning the keys are still in the ignition. Then a picture of a car. And then he says, oh gosh, it's warm here. This is a hot spot, but it's my one ticket to getting my phone charged and getting away from here. Then in this video, So, and then he finishes it off yesterday with, I have to get to a colder location. I promise. I'll explain everything. So the thing with the car, though, is why is there just an abandoned car that's, like, still dinging, sitting there? Like, I don't know. Anyway, that, and then he says, 20 hours ago, he says, alright, I'm not in a cold spot yet, but where I am will do for now. The ships have certain identifiable flight patterns. You can tell where they trend often by the temperature of the area. Hot spots. Where they don't go as often, it's much more safe. Cold spots. After I powered off my phone to save the last bit of battery juice, some followers on Twitter accounts figured out where I was and came to rescue me. They brought me to their shelter and had food and clean water, so I decided to live with them for about 2 months. Then I think the flight patterns changed and they found out where they were. And they didn't make it. That's why I had to learn how to evade the ships on my own for the last few weeks or so. Then 4 hours ago, he says, finally found a good cold spot. So that's where it ends for right now. If you guys want to see more of it, let me know. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. My name is Gracie, and I'll see you in the next video.